Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to talk about the movie Friday the 13th. I just thought I'd do some horror reviews just for the sake of, hey, why not do them? Mainly I'm known on here for, fighting game stuff, mainly like Mortal Kombat, and I did some stuff for Ninja Turtles, and those reviews were received pretty well, I think. So I figured, why not just go ahead and talk about something different, something fresh. um, and I actually just ordered the Crystal Lake Memories on Blu-ray. So I figured it was only appropriate to do Friday the 13th first. Even though out of the franchises I've seen, I saw Halloween first, and then I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street, then I think I finished off with Child's Play, and then I did Friday the 13th last, pretty much, because those are kind of the big franchises to watch. So, but the only reason I'm doing Friday the 13th first is, quite frankly, because I'm getting this Crystal Lake Memories Blu-ray in the mail from Amazon, and I figured, hey, why not? Why not go ahead and do it? And I would have the Blu-ray box set. I would have something to show or whatever. I don't own these movies. I've just seen them before. So I'm just kind of going off of memory. I do want to get the Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set. $90 to me is a bit steep, but then again, I think back to it, and it's like, well, you get 12 films. You get the first 10 Friday the 13th, and then you get Freddy vs. Jason, and then you get the remake, so there's 12 films. So I think for what it is, it's not as bad of a buy as you think, but that's just me. But it is a little steep, $90 or whatever to get that. Yeah. So I settled for getting Crystal Lake Memories instead for $30. I know I'm talking about this, I haven't even talked about Friday the 13th. 2 minutes in, haven't even talked about it. But, I mean, what more can be said about Friday the 13th? Just a real quick review. Like I said, I'm not going to try and drag these out unless I really have something to say. But for the first movie, there's not much to say. I mean, it basically, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but it did basically copy Halloween. Halloween came out in 1978. This movie came out in 1980. And they saw the success of what Halloween did. And they just said, oh, but we want to make it more gory. More intense. Because really in Halloween, there's not really any blood. So with this, they got to, turn that up. It's kind of like the, if you really think about it, it's kind of like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter was real popular because it was, the idea was there. But then, Mortal Kombat came out and it, okay, let's do basically the same thing, but with blood and digitized actors. So it kind of works in the same way. I kind of see those franchises as both kind of the same thing. But, I mean, what more can I say about Friday the 13th? I mean, like I said, it is kind of a copy, but, I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I don't think the films are that bad. But the films do kind of have a formula to them. I mean, when you've seen one Friday the 13th, you've seen them all. But the first one's still decent. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's okay. I wouldn't go as far as say it's a bad movie. I still think it's a decent movie. I know when I watched it the first time, I enjoyed it, but I think afterwards it was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I really want to go back and watch this, but if I were to have to marathon it with somebody, I'd watch it. I would go as far as say I would be entertained by it and watch it and like to see someone else's reaction to it. Because that's kind of like what this movie was. It was sort of a reactionary kind of movie, granted with the blood and everything. But they had characters that you liked. They had a good kind of story that fit. Not like some slasher films where they kind of just do a story for each movie. Like this one's kind of that way, but the stories kind of connect along the way, which is why it makes sense to call them Part 2, Part 3. But like a lot of the other slasher films, they don't really connect. Like Halloween, you only have like the first 2 movies, and then they do a new story with the 4th, 5th, and 6th movie. Then they do a sort of additional story with H2O. Then, Part 8 kills them off, and then it's just like, it is what it is. Has the open-ended ending. Then you have the Rob Zombie movies. So they're all kind of scattered everywhere. Nightmare on Elm Street kind of same way, you got the main character for that, and then you have the main character come back in the third movie, and then it's pretty much over from there, and then you just have these other characters, and then that's over, for a couple films. But Friday the 13th kind of always did it in a good way, I think. I always kind of used to critique Friday the 13th, kind of, because I was like, they just seem kind of generic, same formula over and over again. But, looking back, it's like, at least it's not as convoluted. I don't think it is anyway. I don't think the plot is as convoluted as some of those other slasher films. Is Friday the 13th my favorite? No, I'd probably still say Halloween is still a bit better to me. But Friday the 13th did it pretty well. Nightmare on Elm Street's still pretty good as well. They're all great in their own ways. But Friday the 13th, I mean, you got, like I said, it's basically kind of a copy of Halloween. You have these characters, the camp counselors. At the very beginning, you see that, oh, well, this one wasn't watching, it goes on and on. I mean, I'm sure you guys know the story. Camp counselors get killed. Oh, hey, did you hear about those camp counselors that got killed here at Camp Crystal Lake? And then, the camp counselors get picked off one by one till the end of the movie. Then you have, the surprise ending. Well, not surprise ending. The mystery reveal, I guess. The surprise ending is different. The mystery reveal. Betsy Palmer. I'm sorry. I don't care for that, really. I don't think it's that shocking, to be honest, because you don't ever know that the character's there. And it's just like, okay, here's the last 10 minutes of film, and here's a new character. It's like, that's who it is. And it's like, there's no build-up, It's like in Scooby-Doo, when you watch that, there's at least a character that you knew of. It wasn't like, okay, now we're going to see who it is, and it's like, some random character I never saw. It's just kind of things like that. That always kind of bothered me about Friday the 13th. But the kills are really pretty decent. Again, it amps it up from Halloween, which is why it was such a big success. Had it not had the blood, I don't think it would have been as popular, like having all the blood and gore. Classic one, the throat slit, which, again, I'm not really a big fan of those kinds of kills because I think those are generic. But you got the axe in the face. That one was pretty cool. Everyone likes that Kevin Bacon one. I personally think the axe in the face one's the best one, but, that's just me. The arrow through the neck's pretty good. It's a real good effect, and the effects were done by Tom Savini. Real good effects. I really enjoy it. And, of course, at the end, you have the main lead girl, Adrienne King, I think is her name, the actress name. And she cuts Betsy Palmer's head off, and basically at the end of the movie, she floats away in a boat, and, these guys are gonna, come pick her up, and I think she goes, hey, over here. And then all of a sudden, this thing comes out of the water and grabs her, and you, don't expect it. That's what's great. I like that part of the movie more than I like the mystery reveal. The mystery reveal just doesn't do it for me. But when I saw that, I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. So, again, I mean, you have that, and then she wakes up, it's like, what are you talking about? Well, don't you know, where's that thing that grabbed me, And it's like, and they don't know what she's talking about, and then it just kind of ends. It's like, it's kind of surreal in a way. But the effect worked really well, I think. But Friday the 13th, I mean, there's not much to say, to be honest. And, I'm going to make this one, at least in particular, short and sweet. Normally my reviews go on a lot longer, but I think this is just fine to stop it right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the upcoming Friday the 13th reviews and some other reviews that I do in the future. Just kind of have to pad something in until I get some more Mortal Kombat news. Or I can get a hold of some more Ninja Turtle stuff to talk about. But I've pretty much talked about what I wanted to talk about. And I just thought I'd do Friday the 13th because just why not, So again, I'll keep doing these. Probably post them once a day. And, for those of you who are actually actively watching these in my subscriptions, then cool. If you're a new person, hey, that's awesome. Hopefully I'll have more videos like this that you'll enjoy. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. I know I don't have the most interesting voice, but, it is what it is, and I can only work with what I work with. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys for Friday the 13th, Part 2. Peace.